Hey guys, just want to introduce myself. My name is Juan. I work with Capital Direct Funding, and you guys probably don't know about me. First, let me just let you know that I have not started in the mortgage lending business. My origin is essentially out of this career. Like, I didn't have no idea what I was getting myself into. So just to start off, right, I graduated as an alumni from South Hills, like I did with my siblings. I am the youngest of 5, and funny enough, I happen to be the tallest as well. So I hold that up high, and you know what? When my mom needs something from the top shelf, I get it, you know? So it's happy to know that I can still help my mom that way, right? And other things, but I digress. South Hills alumni, and straight out of high school, while I was still a senior, I worked with my Uncle Beto, rest in peace. I worked at a car parts shop for a while to get my beginning interest in working with the car industry. So, you know, soon enough, I started gravitating towards work on cars, the details and how to fix them. You know, I had a beat up Honda, and at the time, as well as a beat up Mustang, and I want to know how I could fix it without my father primarily wasting money, you know, on labor costs and stuff. And all he would need to do is, you know, buy parts, and, you know, he would just buy me a cheeseburger and some fries, you know, and that was essentially it. One thing led to another. Representative from UTI came, and that's where I started my adventures, you know, straight out of high school from June, graduated June, started August, and basically it was a full-time job for me. Went there 7-8 hours a day, knocked it out in a year, and because I graduated with, I want to say, almost a 3.9, got a granted partnership to work in Nissan in Florida or Sacramento, but I've never been to Florida, so I've never been out of state. That was the first time I ever traveled outside of the borders of my local neighborhood here in West Covina that I've basically been born and raised in. Went out there, and it was so cutthroat out there, and that's basically where I figured out where it's either do or die. And learning here now is you can perform, and that's where I primarily learned it from, is you had to graduate, you had to finish, because I bought my red-eye ticket to go there and get out. And in my mind, I didn't think you can move airport times or, you know, reschedule or just buy another ticket. I didn't know that, you know, being me 19, 18. So I just think I had to graduate. And first I just thought, oh, okay, I could probably just redo the class, you know, take it up, or, you know, redo the test. No, it didn't work that way. It's either I graduated or I passed that class going into the next week, or I had to redo it. And because of how the line was, it's either there's 2 classes and there's 3 courses. The first class, I was lined up behind the second one. So if I went into the second class and that class moved forward, I would have to wait 3 weeks for them to go back to square one. So essentially I was just out of rotation. So if I messed up, there was no way for me to come back from that. So, and on top of that, it was like excruciating, and being up at 5 in the morning. So rainstorms in Florida, cutthroat, frustrated, and I had to perform. So all these things landing me at once, being nowhere near my family, is essentially the beginning steps of me having to do what I had to do. Graduated that, flying colors, almost a 4.0, came back, had a nice graduation party, and next thing you know, I'm working at Nissan out here in Amani, and that's essentially where I lived at for the next 5 years after that. So explaining my transition, right? I really wanted to work there, but, you know, being in that industry, it didn't create a good environment for my health, and just essentially what happened around that time. And I just felt like I needed to change. So going into essentially learning what I could do after that, see if I can excel in that area. Maybe there's like a, you know, manager type of position I can work into. But I spoke to my father, and he's like, you know what? Why don't you start into marketing? And that's essentially what I did. I took classes. I understood essentially what our family business was. And I didn't know for the better part up until me being 25 what my father did for a living. I just know that he just worked in the mortgage business and did lending. It was really a fun adventure, even till today, right? Because I'm working with him now, and my 2 other siblings that I have the very good fortune of working with is understanding how we can help others in our community and our outreach out in Southern California. Just learning that is basically where I'm at right now. And being now a account executive here with Capital Direct Funding, learning not only the fundamentals and getting that down, and just working with my, you know, brother, understanding commercial real estate, you know, learning with my sister with real estate, and then on the lending side with my father, I'm just having a 3-prong idea of just how this whole business works together. So just working with real estate professionals, mortgage professionals, on top of that with borrowers now, understanding the market, how there's a lack of inventory, and just understanding the space of this 4D Rubik's Cube of a, you know, type of industry that we work in is very exciting. So just that idea alone, and just understanding timelines, urgency, just having to get these deals done is something that I feel like I can excel in now. So that's just basically where I'm at right now, and there is only more potential that I am so hungry for, because right now we're just getting started. We're going into Q3 soon, and we're about to end May with a bang. So just, that's just a little bit of me. And if you have any questions, or if you have any idea, get more sensitive, because I love cars still, and if you're a car guy, I'm your man. If you have a listing you want to talk about, I'm your guy. So anything when it comes to hard money, or we like to say private money because we have our own money, so that's why we say that, I'll be more than happy to break down the details with you. So that's a little bit about me. If you got any more questions or you want to pick my brain, you know who to call.